Hey, it's Rachel from All About Planners. In this video I'm doing a review of the Recollections Horizontal Planner. So this one is very similar to the Erin Condren, which is probably why you're watching this video, to see if it's a good alternative, because it is a lot cheaper. So to me it's kind of a cross between the EC and the plum paper. It's a similar page size, 7.5 by 9.25, similar style with a laminated cover, the coil binding, and then the monthly and the weekly pages as well. So it is quite a thick planner because this one's an 18-month, and because that is quite thick, and it also means it is a bit heavy as well. I'd say that's about 1 inch thick, so definitely would struggle if you're going to take this with you every day. It's going to add a lot of bulk to your handbag. In terms of the laminate, as you can see, it got a bit damaged in transit coming all the way from the US here to Australia, which is one of the reasons why I don't particularly like laminated cover. Like, it's all good when you get it and it's new, but over time it just gets damaged, even with the rounded corners. So this one has a bit of like a floral, I guess, vintage kind of theme throughout. So you have the cover pages for each month with a different design, and then the colors are continued throughout with this same theme. As you can see, it's all quite similar the whole way through. It's not a different color each month like is the case with the EC. It more so reflects the plum paper, where you've got the same color for a couple of the months throughout the year. So let's start from the beginning. We've got the dates at a glance pages, nice and simple, little pop of color without it being too like in your face and over the top. And then the important dates pages. I do like that they've stuck to just the same like colors. However, the colors that they've picked to me aren't particularly pretty. Like this color here, you could have put a nice purple in there or a blue. So yeah, I'm not too much a fan of the colors of this one. However, the other styles of the Recollections, there's all different ones. There's a lot nicer colors, just that this one was the only one that I could get and get it to Australia. So important contacts page, I'm not sure why planners still continue to include these, because to me they're kind of useless since most people keep that on their phone. So I tend to repurpose these into, like, you can do a password log, they're always handy for that, or just list making space. So another divider. The dividers feel quite flimsy, they're like a very thin cardstock. I don't think they're super durable. It's kind of just like paper. I'm just going to skip that month because that's when I did dimensions for stickers, because I wanted to see what size they were. Okay, so you've got another cover page. Again, not really a fan of the style of it. It looks a bit weird, and it's kind of odd because you've got this, but then you go to like a nice colourful planner pages. It sort of doesn't really coordinate. The tabs are quite thick, so which is kind of odd, because then you've got the divider page, which is really thin, but the tabs are actually really thick and sturdy. As you can see, they're not really budging too much. They're like thick cardstock and laminate, so yes to the tabs, just no to the divider cover page. Okay, so monthly calendar. Nice and bright and colourful. Really love the different shades of the same colour, like dark up top here, medium, and then a light pink. Looks really nice. The monthly spread starts on a Sunday, but the weekly spread starts on a Monday, so if you like it to be consistent, keep that in mind. It is a US planner, so it's got US holidays printed. Got a nice lined note sidebar, and then the space down the bottom that you could use for anything, like a review, priority, goals, things you want to bake, or just like projects throughout the month. So I like when they have a bit of open-ended space. I'm going to go into the weekly spread. So same thing with the public holidays printed on the monthly spread and the weekly spread as well. Very similar layout to the EC and plum paper, which I'm going to be making a few references to because it really is a good cross between the two. With the like shaded box, the plum paper does that. With the at the end of the page, this one has a list. I guess you could put like a title up the top there if you wanted to, which could get annoying rewriting that for every day, so I probably don't think it's that necessary. The lines are good line spacing, not too close together, not too far apart. Simple, very functional weekly layout. And then down the bottom here, you have a note section and then a weekly goals section as well. You could also get habit stickers that are made for the EC and just stick them on here. Like you could have like your weekly exercise one, like your habits, etc. You could easily stick one down there. The space is comparable in size. So that continues the whole way through. I'll just show you some of the other color schemes. You've got this one here, which is like a pretty mint green. Now, when you've got a split month, it continues the colors of the previous month in with the next month, which to me, like, it's good that it's got the color distinction, but it makes this week look a bit yucky because these colors do not look good together. It looks a bit odd to me. I prefer if they just kept it the same color, even if it is part of the previous month. And then we have this like orangey coral type color, which I'm not too much a fan of. I really just like the pink. At the end of each month, you've got the lined notes page, and then you go into the divider for the next month. So as you can see, let's do a couple of dividers. Not too bad. Polka dots can never go wrong. Some hearts, some stripes, and then some quotes as well. Now, this is what I also wanted to point out. The monthly calendar unfortunately splits the boxes in two. So if you watch any of my other planner reviews, you'll know that that is my absolute #1 pet hate. Absolutely hate when planners do that because they make the box just totally useless. So with this one, when this happens, I normally white it out. However, with this planner, you might have a bit of a problem because this sticky tab thing extends so far over, like you can't write on top of that. So that also, you know, wastes planning space in the box. So now I get that much to plan a whole day, which is just ridiculous. So yeah, you could have a bit of a problem with this one because they divide it in two and the tab has such an overlap. And also they do the, like in a lighter color, the dates from the previous month carried across the top here, which I don't think is really necessary, and I would be inclined to just white them out and then have extra space for notes. So with these extra dots, or like not dots, boxes here, they're good for like projects for the month. So, you know, like this is one goal, it's another goal, or just jotting random things like these are some recipes I want to try. So that's a good way to use those extra boxes up the top. Like this to me is just useless because you've already planned that on the previous month. Like why do I need it on the current month as well? Anyway, bit picky. I've looked at so many planners that I'm now very particular about what I do and don't like. So at the back of the planner we have the note section, a fair few line notes pages. Not sure what the go with this thing is, just seems like a waste of space on the page and it looks a bit, I'm not really into the florally vintagey stuff. And I also don't get why the pages are this like sort of textured look and dark. Like why wouldn't you just make it white? It's a bit annoying. You got some graph paper, good for like year in pixels, habit tracking, savings goals, and then some blank pages at the back as well with this thing here. So I like that it's decorative, but I just am not a fan of floral. It just doesn't appeal to me. Okay, stickers at the back. So very similar to the Erin Condren, you've got like your, I guess your everyday life kind of stickers and some blank ones for you to add your own. And then we have some more decorative style ones similar to the plum paper with some lists. Probably not enough for a whole year. But there's a few if you want to see if planner decorating is for you, or obviously just don't use them. Some emojis and some icons. Always love icon stickers, but I'm not really a fan of the colors of these. They look a bit yuck, like I really don't like that color. It's so dull and boring. But they're there if you need them. And some pocket folder space. Now that is quite roomy. I can fit my whole hand in there. And it is double-sided. So very functional, just again not a fan of this like pattern on it. And then you also have this clear, I guess like wallet folder pencil case thing at the back if you want to store some pens or extra stickers. Now this design here, I much prefer and wish this was the like pattern of the planner because it's such a nice simple dot. However, you've got that thing on the back, which I'm not really a fan of it. It looks a bit weird. At least on the front, it's like proper rose gold cover. So I like the layout, very functional horizontal layout, but I'm just not a fan of these colors. There are heaps of other color schemes to choose from with these Recollections planners. So, I mean, make sure you check that because they're different between each of them. The colors inside are nice, but yeah, some of them are just a bit, just check the style before you buy it to avoid disappointment. So I hope you found this review helpful. I will be doing a pen test and I will include a link to the blog post that will have that in the description box below. See you in the next video.